Check.
Check. Mean lots of money.
Yeah, man.
No bounce.
No bounce.
Live.
Yeah, man. We live in the building. One more segment of the Vbck podcast. Let me turn up on the mic a little bit there, Veggie. Yeah, man.
4 p.m. to 5 p.m.
Yep.
On Sundays.
You already know. So it's good. Talk to me.
Lots of things good, man.
Yeah.
You me say that a while, huh? Lots of things good.
How is my mic sounding, Cat?
Yeah. Come closer to your mic.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, once again, this is another episode of the VBCK podcast. You know, my name is Veggie Buns with my co-host over there, DJ CEO Cat, and my co-host right here, Sir George Prophet. They can't stop it. You understand what I'm saying?
Sir.
Yeah. We weren't missing in action last week, but you know, we have to serve due because last week was Mother's Day. So we here on the VBCK podcast gonna say happy belated Mother's Day to every single mothers on the planet.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Yeah. We had to go do our duties on Mother's Day. So we actually, we're doing a replay of one of the episodes or something like that. But anyway, we were absent last week. So forgive us for that. But we're present now, right? Yes.
So, happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday.
Yeah,
All
blessings
Sunday.
to everybody. If you wake up this morning and you're watching the podcast right now, just give thanks and praise. All right.
Me just go for say wait. It sound like one song, you know.
And that is the motto for every Sunday. Give thanks. Before we go any further, I want to ask a question.
Go ahead.
Yes, it's Mother's Day. I want to ask. A girl or a woman who don't have a child before Veggie and she's pregnant, is she a mother?
Yeah, she's an expecting mother, so we would still give her the gratitude of Mother's Day because she's expecting.
Okay, sir.
And don't forget, she comes from a mom. So it's still Mother's Day for her because she's still going to be, saying Mother's Day to somebody.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Well, happy Mother's Day to all the great mothers out there.
And to all the expected mothers too.
What is that, though? What is that? Happy Mother's Day to all the great mothers.
Well, let me explain why I says that, because not every mother in their kid's life, You understand? And me personally, I wish happy Mother's Day to the mothers that just bring the child to the world and then disappear in the child. You understand? And, you have some single fathers
She's
too.
still a mother, though. She's still a mother.
She's still a mother.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But, I mean, that's just me. I can't wish happy Mother's Day to a mother that just bring a child and then just disappear from the child. Like, a mother is bringing the child and taking care of the child, 100%.
Yeah, but it's not a mother's duty to bring the child and take care of the child.
Whose duty is that?
A mother doesn't have a child by herself.
I know that.
Okay.
Well, we're talking about mothers, right? So that's why I was keeping it on the mothers. But I understand that mother does not take care of a child themselves alone. The father play a major factor. Mm-hmm. But, I'm just saying that, some mothers just bring the child and just leave the child.
Okay.
And you're right. So let us phrase it this way.
Yes, but.
Let us phrase it this way. Mm-hmm. Happy Mother's Day. And a special Happy Mother's Day to all mothers. Mm-hmm. And a special Happy Mother's Day to the mothers who's taking care of their child.
Exactly. Yeah,
Yes.
I'll go with that one.
And the reason why though Cat was said that is it's easy for me to say the mothers that just bring the child and leave them like that. There's a variation of things here. So we don't know psychologically what's taking place. You know what I'm saying? So it could be a platter of reasons for those type of situation to occur. Not that I'm taking up for anybody that just, illegitimately bring a child in the world and just leave them. I'm not trying to take up for that type of person, but we never know what a young mother is going through psychologically, mentally, spiritually, economically, all different type of Kali.
Yeah, and some people just run away from
And
responsibility.
some people just totally run away from responsibility.
Yeah.
Some people run away because they're frightened for whatever reason. So we say that, but that's the reason why, though, I can't say for those who just leave him, because I don't know for what reason that happened. You know what I mean? So, as George says still, happy Mother's Day to all mother. As long as you bring somebody in the world and you're a mother, happy Mother's Day. Then you have to go work out the rest. And I said, a super Mother's Day to all the mothers that stick around and take care of them child.
See, I have my reason why I say for every great mother, because I have kind of an experience myself, which I'm not going to get into. So this is why I phrase it that way.
See?
Yeah.
So let me ask you, and I'm asking you for the benefit of me personally. I didn't grow up with my mother.
Okay.
Not because of my dad just decided he wanted me to go with his mom.
Okay.
So which is my grandmother. So if I say Happy Mother's Day to my grandmother, Veggie, would I be wrong?
No.
No, that's
okay.
Your grandmother raised you, right?
Yeah.
So that's your
you can't be wrong, and you're not even.
So I have two mothers then.
Nah, but you can't be wrong, and you wouldn't be wrong for the reason that you're saying Happy Mother's Day to your grandmother, because your grandmother is your dad's mama, so she's a mother. So you can't be wrong either way. So you know what I'm saying? By the way, I didn't grow up with my mom either. My grand aunt is the one that raised me. You understand what I'm saying? For not any reasons. My mom at the time had 3 of us, and my grand aunt didn't have a child, and she lived in Kingston, and we live in Manchester, and she just decided she come to Manchester one year, and she just decided one summer to look for her aunt, which is my mom, her sister, and then she just decided, she need to take somebody to take back to Kingston, because she don't have a child. And I'm the lucky recipient. And that's not how I moved to Kingston and grew with my grandaunt. So it has nothing to do with my mom or anything. It was just a choice they make, and I went to Kingston. But growing up, me and my mom have a good relationship. But I don't even call my mom mother. I call my grandaunt mother, because this is from a tender age at 5. You understand what I'm saying?
Well, me and you can have similar.
But that doesn't mean my natural mother isn't a great mother.
Like I was the first one for my mother. She was young, going to school. So my dad decided he didn't want her to drop out of school. So I go with my grand, which I don't call my mother mom either. I call her sister. Because, I was taking for her when I was a kid. So whatever I hear, like my uncle, say like Sister Norman, that's what I say. Yeah. And she didn't say, call me mom.
And after a while, it become natural just to call your grandmother mama.
But that's what I call her.
Yeah, it just come natural, and it come awkward to even call your natural mother. Because you're not used to that.
Yeah. It has never been a problem. You communicate well.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Vbck podcast, and right now we're bigging up all the mothers. It's belated Happy Mother's Day and the Vbck podcast. And if anybody out there that ever, grew up with an aunt or a grandmother or a grand aunt, let us know, because that's what we're discussing. That not everybody actually grew with their natural mother for not any bad reasons, but that's happened that way. Like me and George, he was grown by his grandma, and I was grown by my grand aunt. But that doesn't mean my natural mother wasn't a good mother or didn't do the right things. It just so happened that my grand aunt didn't have a child, and you could say she adopted me from I was a tender age. So that's how I grew up. And I never grew up calling my mom, natural mom, mother, like mommy. You know what I mean? If I'm referring to her talking to you, I would say my mother. But I'll always distinguish, that's my mother, my natural mother in Canada. I will have to distinguish it. Because in my brain, when I say mother, I'm talking about my grandaunt. If you understand what I'm saying. So I always have to distinguish it. You know what I'm saying?
Your mind's a little different. When I say my mother, I'm talking about my mother. My granny, if I'm talking to my granny, I say mama. But if I'm talking to you till about her, I would say my grandmother.
Okay. See, I never use that term in Jamaica, mama. Because I didn't have to. I I wasn't around anybody to use that term because, as I said, I grew up with my grandaunt, and
she never have kids.
And she never have kids.
So
So
you
I
never
refer to
hear
her
about it.
as mommy or mother if I'm talking to somebody. So I've never used the word mama because usually mama is referred to your grandmother.
Like my father and his brothers and sister refer to my grandmom, who is their mother, mama.
As mama.
So as a kid, I hear they say mama, so I say mama too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I didn't know that she never said.
But
"Don't call me mama."
usually in Jamaica though, mama is the grandparents. Yeah, because the grandkids would say mama, and it's not their parents they're talking about. They're not
Yes, sir.
talking about because mommy would be
Mommy is the mom.
the mom.
A mama
so
is
mama
the
would be the grandmother.
Okay.
Yeah, you understand what I'm saying?
Definitely.
And it all depends.
So right now, ladies and gentlemen, the Mother's Day thing is we're breaking it down in Jamaican society what mama, mommy, mother means. So even Cat is getting the schooling. Don't get it twisted now. Cat is Jamaican, so but depends on where in Jamaica you're from. Again, different terminologies.
That's what I was going to
take
just
place.
say to you.
Yeah. So if anybody out there, is interested in what we're saying about, not growing with your natural mother, but you were brought up by your grandmother or your grand aunt or your auntie, because that's a common thing in Jamaica. Let us know, and let us know what did you call them. You know what I mean?
And even your big sister, because
Even big sister,
grow
yes.
with big sister too.
Yes.
Yeah.
So let me ask you, Kat. Like when they say Mother's Day, and it's a special day for mommy. Because I always say every day is Mother's Day anyway. You know what I mean?
It is.
And I'm not trying to be difficult, but every day is Mother's Day. So why should you treat your mother so special on that one day that society say is Mother's Day differently from any other day?
Well, me can't answer that because I guess that was taught that growing up that day is a special day. I never actually looked into it, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
To see why it's such a. I know every day is Mother's Day. I agree with you 1,000%, right? But why is that day particular? Is
So
a
special.
day? Yeah, that's what I. Yeah.
Or I understand why. It's just a day that you say you're really gonna show tribute to your mother. You know what I mean?
But who picked that
But
day?
who picked that day? Yeah, like who picked that day to say this particular day is Mother's Day and you should do all these or say all these great things, in respect of mother.
I would guess it's the government, because I tell you one thing: when is Mother's Day in America? It's not Mother's Day some other place. People.
I didn't know that either.
Yes, just like Labor Day.
Hold on, stop before you go further. Well, you can't get into Labor Day because that's a whole different type of thing. But Mother's Day in America is the same as Mother's Day in Jamaica, or is it a different day?
I'm not sure if it's the same thing in Jamaica, but some places not Mother's Day.
Yeah, I wouldn't anticipate everywhere in the world is as the same Mother's Day. That wouldn't make sense. You know what I'm saying?
I would think Jamaica and England would have the same Mother's Day.
Yeah, but it's Jamaica and I think Jamaica and America has the same Mother's Day.
Maybe I'm really not sure.
Yeah. If anybody out there is listening right now, does the United States, especially Jamaicans, United States and Jamaica has the same Mother's Day? Because we're not sure. From my recollection, I would think so, but we're not sure.
Yeah.
But again, Kat, I just think it's just a day that was chosen to say we're gonna honor.
Yes, tribute to
special honor to mothers on this particular day. It's not that any other day is not as significant as this. It's just to say we'll take time out and really show them some appreciation and love on this day. So we name it Mother's Day.
Yeah, I still would like to know why that particular day though, and where did that come from? You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I never really
didn't
check out the root of it.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Same thing with Valentine's Day. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You could say the same thing with Father's Day. Even though Father's Day is not as popular. It's not as popular as Mother's Day and Valentine's Day for some reasons.
Maybe because they carry us for 9 months or something like that.
So how long did your dad carry you?
Yeah, I don't know.
My dad carried me as
Too
long
long.
as... Huh?
Maybe he carry you too long.
You want to know how long my dad carried me? He carried me all his life until he actually get my mom impregnated.
Yeah.
That's how long he carried me.
I think about both Father's Day and Mother's Day should be equal.
No, it can't be. Because man and woman is not equal in the sense of that type of love. It's not the same, man. A woman is a woman and a man is a man. So
Yeah,
it's a whole different thing, man. You know, especially for me as a son. You know, I'm not gonna show my dad the same type of love that I show my mom. I don't know about you.
True.
You know what I mean?
I agree with you.
I'm just gonna be real.
It's just a different.
There's a certain you know golden chair that I'm gonna put. Just female on a whole. My mom in, my sister, my anything female in. That I'm not gonna put a man in that chair. I don't care what you want to say. So you can't be in the same chair. You know that you're not putting your dad in a chair. You know, but a silver chair am I going?
But I put my father in a silver chair. My father was my best friend when I was a kid until he died. It's hard for me to put him in a silver chair.
So
yes, when it comes to
my same chair as your mom.
Yeah, my mother. Yeah.
Your dad?
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah,
No, I'm not saying you should say what I say, and that's what I'm saying, Kat.
That have nothing to do with love your father less or what I'm saying. I'm just saying though, when it comes to my mom, it's a different thing from your dad. You know what I'm saying? It's just like if you have brothers and sisters. You can't put your sister in the same chair as your brother. I don't care what you want to say. Is your sister, there's a special love and a special care and tenderness where you go look out for your sister with. You look out for your brother, but it's not the same. It's two different things, bro.
Yeah, the sister and the brother,
it's two different things, man.
Me understand it, but when it come to my mother and my father, I don't know if it's... I now choose between. You understand what I mean, Kat?
Yeah.
It's not a choice, you know. It have nothing to do with a choice. I'm not choosing. It's just a natural thing. So it's just a natural thing. You know what I mean? Especially as a son. From my... Historically... Sons always just see their mother in a different type of light than how them see them father. And daughters always see them father in a different type of light than how them see them mother. You know what I mean? But I can't put my mother and my father in the same category. A lot of people always say that, you know. It's just like when people have kids and them say they love all of them kids and the same. I don't believe that. You may love all your kids, but you don't love them all the same. Because you're dealing with 3 different characters. If you have 3 kids, it's 3 different characters. So there's no way you can love them the same. But people say that because they don't want to show bias. You know what I'm saying?
It's hard to say that because...
But I understand you,
I love
Josh.
my kids, you know. You see my kids, but I don't know how for really differentiate like the love for my kids.
Yeah, me too.
One thing we know with my daughter, she really think she control my, you know what I mean? She have a way to get to me where I can't say no. One, if you understand what I mean.
Yeah, sound like my daughter.
All right. Yeah, all right. So the reason why I said that to you guys, right? You psychologically, you may think, yeah, me love them all the same. Because you just don't, when that question come up, you never really sit down in your brain and dissect it and say. But you may show love to one more based on the type of relationship you and them have biasly, but you don't even realize it.
Well,
But when somebody poses the question to you, when somebody poses the question to you, that's the first time your eyes them open wide and you say, but no, sir, I don't love none of my kids them. Because you don't really see the bias. You understand what I'm saying? Because trust me, if you have 5 kids, you're going to have some type of relationship closer with a kid or 2 of them out of the 5 that you and the rest just don't have. That doesn't mean that you love them all. You know?
True.
But you cannot tell me. That's like how your eyes just light up a while ago. You say your daughter. You see? You know, say the same about somebody else.
Them not interact with me the way.
Yeah, but you and them don't have a relationship. That's why you don't realize the bias. So there's a special love naturally where you are going to show where you may not show that other person that love. That don't mean say you don't love them, you know.
I love all that, boy. I can't choose. I not lie to you.
You're not choosing. You're not getting. You see that what you doing is you're going to choosing and who you love better. I tell you, you're treating them that way until the question is posed to you, and then when you start looking at it rational, you say, but I can't choose. But you were actually doing it because that's the relationship where you have. You just express. You understand what I'm saying, Kat?
Yeah.
But you just can't bring yourself to say, the reality now will face you can't bring yourself to say, no, sir, I don't love none of the kid them more than I want because you don't want to say that. But if you should look at your action, if you should be honest and sit back and look at your action, you don't really think about it, but now you look back at your action and you say, I love all of my kids them, you know. But there's a certain thing about that one of me and them par where the energy different. I'm telling you. You know? Hey.
You know, that is a very sticky subject. And sometimes...
But let me cut you, job. But Veggie right to a certain extent, my opinion, because I witness that basically every day. You know what I mean? And I see the leniency to maybe one particular child than as a whole.
That's a good word. The leniency.
Yeah. I see that.
Because it's not something that you sit down and think about, you know. Or it's not something that you, first of all, you never thought about that until me bring it up and say, you love it, you think you love one child more than yours. I don't know, the first answer anybody ever given. No, sir. You understand what I'm saying? But when you really analyze, if you're honest and analyze, you tend to lean to a kid certain way. You not do it deliberately, you know. It just happen that way. And you and them become close and you become close. So you have certain biases where you don't even understand, say you're doing until somebody draw it to your attention. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, it's just like a man who have 3 wives and same love, all of them the same. That's not true.
No, right. That's not true.
I just thought upon it. If my last son, if we were, I haven't seen him for a while, you know. But if I was seeing probably regular, the connect matter, I think me and him would have retired because when him young, him used to. Do you understand what I mean?
Well, yeah, we're not talking about circumstances, though.
You know, so I think me and him would have really up the tight.
Yeah, but then again, all of that. So circumstances can cause you on a particular child not to be as close. That don't mean saying I love them, but because
and it's not that we don't close. But
anyway, ladies and gentlemen, remember it's the VBCK podcast. We're going off in various today, you know what I mean? We're going in different areas. We're starting out giving tributes to the mothers, you know, belated tributes. Now we're off in how do you love your kids? Do you love them equally or do you show biases in loving them to one or the other? As Kat would say, varies, you know, varies. How do you manage to love all your kids equally without any biases? That's just a question. You know what I mean? Tell us, let us know. George is having a problem deciding, you know,
well, me,
how he loves his kid equally.
I honestly would love to love all my kids.
The same.
100%.
Yeah. Now, you know the reason why I couldn't love my kids all the same? Because if it's 5 kids, if it's 3 kids, 2 kids, it's different personalities. So I gotta love them differently, but equally.
Yeah. It's always gonna be some leniency in
but it's that without you realize it, and you know this is a very interesting conversation because I have never. If somebody could say to me that, oh, you love one of your kid more than one, I would just say, man, shut up, man.
All right, but the greatest thing about this, though, you know, is that you love all your kids.
Oh, yeah.
Now, do you think you could love your stepmom more than you love your natural mom? And the reason why I'm saying, so you live with your mom for a while, your kid growing up, and then for some reason, you know, now your mom and your dad split up, and then you went to live with your dad, but now you have a stepmom, but she show you love, so you like her and you live with her for a while to now you're gonna reminisce and but you still have a relationship with your mom. How that works? You think you could love your...
Well, I never been through that because I never had a stepmom. I always had my mom. So that question is not for me. I don't even know how to answer that because I never really lived that.
Not me too. I've never had a
stepmom.
Maybe, but not known because my dad was abroad for.
Yeah, but basically what Veggie meaning like as a stepmom, even if your dad they're abroad and you never met his girlfriend or his other wife, I don't think that really counts. You
Yeah,
talking about a mother that's been in your life.
In your life, yeah.
In
Talking
your life.
about a stepmom that's been in your life. Yeah, not somebody who is, you just know your dad is dating and you don't even know.
Yeah.
You know
So
what I mean?
if
Or
you
you've
didn't have
seen
one
a
of those,
couple
you
of
can't say
times.
that
No,
best
yeah.
thing.
I'm talking about a stepmom that you actually live with.
No, I never have that. But you know
Yeah.
what, Cat?
Yeah.
I would hate to know that one of my child love their stepdad more than me.
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't be a happy man.
Well,
I'll be honest to you.
Yeah, but there would be a reason why.
Yeah.
So you would have to fix that reason.
You'd
I
have to
don't
fix
allow
that,
that
yeah,
to
yeah,
happen. I allow that to happen because that happens a lot.
And that has to do with the relationship.
Yeah, that happens a lot.
Have
Where,
everything to do with the relationship.
Yeah, so you would have to. That's your responsibility to not allow that to happen.
Yeah. The phone number to call us up is 848-480-6371. And do remember you could log into VBCK Podcast on YouTube. We actually live on the YouTube channel right now. I just shared it all over the place. So I see a few people is up there. Let yourself be known who you are, where you're watching from. You know what I mean? Yeah. VBCKpodcast.com. You can also go over there and view us. But go to the YouTube channel, subscribe. You got Veggie Bun in the building, George Prophet, DJ Seal Cat. The phone line is 848-480-6371.
So we want to know, who are all the singer ladies in dancehall right now? I'm talking about, artists, not just dancehall. We have a million single ladies in dancehall. Yeah. But you know what I mean? I think, Kat, you brought this up last week, and I said that was an interesting question because I never really think about, all these great dancehall artists right now that's not in a relationship or has a boyfriend or married or why is all of them single? You know what I mean?
I think my personal opinion, sometimes it's how you carry yourself. Meaning, you could be famous, have the money and stuff, but some guys, if you act a certain way as if you're too good for someone, that could spill off on another person that's you actually could rock with, because it'll come intimidating now. You know what I mean? I'm not intimidated by any woman. Honestly, I'm not just trying to talk my own horn, but that's just me ever since I'm always a confident guy when I was coming up, and I'm still like that, right? But what I'm saying is, because you have the money and you got the stardom, you got all of that, some guys tend to stay away from you because they think they're going to go through hell with you because of, guys we as men are built to dominate, right? Correct me. Am I saying the right word?
I don't know if we're built to dominate. I think we're built to lead.
To lead, yeah. That's the word. Built to lead. And anytime you're around a woman, which women could be leaders too, but you understand, anytime you're around a woman and
not women could be leaders too. Women are natural leaders.
Natural leaders,
but in a different way.
In a different way.
Say,
Like in the household, me growing up, from my grandfather and my dad and all of them, the man always the man, the man.
Yeah.
So
the masculine.
Nowadays in society, the woman plays the woman and the man. They trying to play the woman and the man. That could be a kind of intimidating, and that could keep guys away from you too, because
I don't want to be challenging myself.
Exactly.
I need feminine energy.
I need feminine energy.
Because I'm a masculine. I have masculine energy.
Yeah, you're supposed to be a feminine inside a household. You cannot be hard. And another thing too, whenever the fact that you hack hard or you portray yourself to be hard, nothing is wrong with that. But I want to help me out here. I want to explain it clear as possible so people don't take this the wrong way. What I'm saying is, do not try to remove the man from the man under the household.
Or don't try to take my position either.
And don't try to take my position. Yeah. You understand? Most men is there to protect. Provide. You understand? Sometimes teach.
And lead.
That's what we're there for. Now, if it becomes difficult for you to play those areas, then that's a big problem for most men.
But also, in those three things that you said, women are also there to support those casts.
Yeah.
So it's not just me alone leading. I'm just taking charge. So I'm just taking charge But I'm not naive to the fact or egotistic where I'm not listening to the woman because I'm leading, but I still need her support cast.
Yes.
You know, so she's
Yes.
actually leading too. I'm just taking the lead.
Yeah.
Well, Kat,
Help me.
like for me, when it comes to women, you know, I look at it from a different point of view from enough men. If I have a woman and we are going to do something, she's more clever to it than me, more in tune to it than me. I'm going to, you know,
Are you gonna let her lead? Of course.
You
can't lead what you're not knowledgeable to.
you know, I'm going to let her lead.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say,
I
oh,
agree with you 100% on that.
I am the man and you have to. No,
Yeah.
no,
But what we're talking about is not, we're talking about general. Not
General.
specific things.
Yeah.
There are plenty of things a woman gonna lead me though.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna
A
follow. I
woman-
don't know crap, Jack.
Yeah, woman
You know
knows
what I
a
mean?
lot.
Yeah.
So,
But what I'm talking about is just the general. That's general masculine and feminine thing.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean. And by the way, the reason why Kat was saying that, if we go back to music, we're just talking about is it intimidating
Yeah.
when a female is a star? You understand? Why are they singers that men are not approaching them, or you know, guys are afraid, they're not confident enough to step to
Yeah.
these ladies who are
Most
mega
men.
stars. So that's the reason why they're singers. So that's what we really were talking about.
Yeah.
So it's in and what Kat was saying is it the ladies are acting more powerful than their position, so guys are scared, or guys are just scared in general.
Yeah.
Because a lot of
Let me add
times
something to that, Vijay. Most men are scared. I'm not going to pretty.
I would
it up.
agree.
Yeah.
Most men are scared.
Don't know how to approach that.
A powerful woman.
Yeah.
yeah.
The next thing, women with money, most of them are dangerous. Most women with money don't want a husband. She want a company.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you look back on a lot of girls who you know from growing up, you see how they rock, and if they get powerful, it's a different thing. Because you know what? There is a competition between women and man to lead, and man been leading from creation.
Yeah.
So any woman who get a chance now to lead, she's gonna take the lead.
Well,
And I'm not saying it's wrong for a woman to lead. As I've said before, if you can lead, lead.
So I disagree with two things you said. I don't think most women with money doesn't want a husband. I think most women with money want a husband that has money too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I don't think most women with money don't want a husband. So that means you would be saying the only reason why women are getting married is because they don't have any money and then the man has money. The next thing is, I don't think there's a competition for leadership. See? I just think there's a competitor for leadership. Because if men was naturally born to lead, we're leading.
Yeah.
You could be rich, you could be poor. Somebody's competing with you though for leadership. So you're not competing for leader, you're a born leader.
Yeah.
You understand? As a matter of fact, you're born and supposed to take that leadership role. So therefore, somebody else is competing with you. But that's just the way of the world though. You know what I mean? Anybody who is in charge is always going to have somebody else want to take their position. You understand what I'm saying? Now, what I think George really mean, you're trying to hold on to your position. You understand what I'm saying? And that's where the competition probably come in, but you're not competing for a position that you're already in. You understand what I'm saying? You're just trying to hold on to that position because somebody else is competing with you for it. It's just like music. You're not an artist that's competing with any artist. It's just one judge profit, you know what I mean? And them can't stop it. You do your thing. But if you think for a minute, somebody now compete with you for your chair, then that's where you make a sad mistake. Because you don't have a problem sitting on your chair, you know, you're there already. But somebody else want to rock you off of the chair. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. But back to power and money and fame and artists, female artists. I just think that it's very difficult, and for male artists too, it's very difficult when you're a female.
It's easier for the male though, because like you said, male with money usually get married and usually have a wife. If you really do the statistics,
Yeah,
I haven't
yeah.
looked it up, but you can
Oh,
just
yeah.
tell,
Oh,
right?
yeah. Oh, yeah.
But rich women, 9 times out of 10, is single.
True.
Watch this girl. A woman with a lot of money. And women out there don't take it bad or wrong.
It's just a conversation.
It's just a conversation.
Yeah.
A woman with money. See a guy like you, dress like how you dress up. And you come and you start talk to her. Before the conversation finish, why does he want to talk to me? Is it because he know I have money?
Mm-hmm.
All of those things.
Yeah, come in mind.
Woman is more careful with money than man. Trust me. You
Okay.
don't have to believe it. And
That makes sense.
that's what Veggie was saying. The world is changing, cat. Watch this. When I was growing up in Jamaica, I hear the term housewife, right, Veggie? I come to find, no, I didn't know you have house husband.
Yeah.
No,
Different culture, you know,
House
different
husband.
thing, yeah.
So the first time I hear about house husband, I was in UK and, you know, into the pub and me and one of my brethren a reason. He said, what work you do? And, you know, I tell him, I asked what work you do. He said, I'm a house husband. I said, house husband? He said, yeah. This is the truth. We have a young kid. One of us have to work and one stay with the kid because we can't afford, you call it, babysitter.
Yes.
And his wife work more money than him. So one have to stay with the kid because they can't pay babysitter.
Yeah, but-
Yeah,
So the wife work more money than him. So he stay over
stay
with the
home.
kid.
Yes, because in other words, financially, it makes no sense when you combine the salaries. If I was supposed to pay a babysitter, would have to pay a babysitter more than
More
what I
money.
would go to work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it's
yeah,
actually more lucrative for you to stay home with the child and I go to work. Makes sense.
So the
and
wife-
vice versa. It would be the same thing if a man works
it-
more
yes.
and a stay-at-home mom. This is the same thing. So it
but
make
it
no
was,
difference.
but it was funny hearing the
But
term
it was
house
unusual
husband.
to hear that, yes. Because usually it's a stay-at-home mom.
Yeah.
Housewife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
I think that comes with common how you call it, working together.
Yeah. Now again, Kat, and remember we're talking about single females that's famous,
Yeah.
especially in the arts of music. So whenever time a female start finding herself with a lot of money, riches,
Yeah.
that's even more difficult for a man to approach her. Because especially in our culture, usually more men has money than women. So what happened is money is an incentive to introduce yourself to woman.
Yeah.
It's almost like a man in our culture will say, yeah, buy love.
Yeah.
Them say money can't buy love, but people use money for buy love.
Yeah.
So
Money
it's
and
not
position.
even genuine from the beginning. Because that person would never approach that female if they didn't have a luxury car or
Exactly.
designer clothes or a certain type of stocks in their
Yeah.
pocket.
Yeah.
So that's the problem why some of these females can't even find, a suitable partner. Because of all those shady things. You understand what I'm saying? And nowadays too, how that female know that that guy don't want to get with them just because they have a ton load of money or they're famous. So it's hard.
You see, and then we don't really call names and stuff on the show. But see, I was reading something last week when I mentioned the questions, and I seen a few female names. But those females also have a long record of men,
Of exes.
of exes.
Exes, yeah.
That's
That
why
has a lot to do with it.
but I told you
True.
to. They don't want a husband.
Because most of those females, they want a man with money, so basically another famous man. But the famous man, just like any ordinary man, that if you see this girl and then this girl knows this guy, and that guy over there, and it always seems bad and more worse on the woman if you have a long record than a man. It always been like that. You know what I mean? That's another conversation. But what I'm saying is, I think personally that has a lot to do with it because, I was going through the list and I was like, bam, this artist, that artist. But while I'm going through the list, I thought, well, she should deal with this guy and she was that kind of that right there has so much to do with that.
It becomes a stigma.
Yeah, but you know, Kat, there are rich women out there who just want a decent man who will respect her, love her, you know, be there for her, even if the man don't have nothing.
The standard basic stuff.
Yeah,
basic
stuff.
Yeah.
And you know,
that a man should
I can
be
trust you
to a woman. Yeah.
You know, I can trust you. Yeah, so it's a whole lot of different moving parts.
But again, we're talking about relationships. Relationship doesn't care if you're famous, have a lot of money, poor, whatever. It's not easy to find a partner. You understand what I'm saying? So that because you're famous and this and that and this and that, that doesn't mean you're gonna go outside and just find a partner. Has nothing to do with finding a great partner to be a companion.
And when you're famous, you're more occupied. Sometimes you don't even have the time. You understand? You've been thinking about this, so you've been moving.
Yeah, but if it's a priority of yours, you'll find the time. In anything in life, if relationship is important to you, if family is important to you, especially as a female, you're going to find the time. Trust me, you're going to find the time. You understand? But if you get caught up in fame and ignore it, and then after 10 years now you want it, it's not going to just come in play like that. No. So there's a price for everything. It's just like a career, you know. It make no difference. Somebody said, you know what, I'm going to go to school, I'm going to get degrees, and I'm going to go work with a Fortune 500 company, I'm going to get 6 figures, and all of a sudden you're 40, and then you want to start a family, and you know you're going to start go here and go there, and then you're in midlife crisis, and then you say no good man is out there, and because you want to have everything just fall in your lap, because you sacrifice when you should have been getting that, you sacrifice it for something else, but now you get all the accolades and all the money and all the house and then you want to get that because you realize, I'm not happy.
No, and I'm lonely.
Then you want to get it, but now you realize it's become tough for you to get it because those fine years that a man need you or you do the best to a significant other has passed for something else. Now you want to come in the marketplace and get the finest guy with the finest this and the finest that. It don't work like that. Or same thing for a man. Yeah. Because it's not just woman. You know, if you want to go do this and do that, and then you all of a sudden now you want to get the finest woman, it's not going to work like that.
The best and finest man in this world is the man that you build with from scratch.
From scratch,
build with you all the way until you get where you're at.
Yep.
Yeah, you're right. Because if you think about a woman 40 to 50 looking for a man, and you know every woman is saying they're looking for a good man. Most of that good man that they would be thinking about would have already been taken. Yeah. Because
and by the way, what's their definition of a good man? Yeah. That's not a problem too. Yeah. So when it comes to relationships, that's easy. So all those female artists out there that doesn't have a boyfriend, a husband, I'm not talking about young female artists like in their 18, 19, 20. You know, I'm talking about people that's getting up there that doesn't have a, you know, 35, doesn't seem to have 50. Yeah. My best advice was that first little boyfriend that you have right there before nothing was going on. That's the guy that you should probably hang on to.
Yeah, probably too late. No,
you can't go back in time. But I'm just saying,
that guy probably married, have his kids, and
but what I'm saying is,
it's gone.
But what I'm saying that to say this to the 18-year-old star right now, the breaking out artist, or the 21-year-old. Yeah. You better look ahead and see what's happening, so you know you don't fall in the same type of trap. You know what I mean? And by the way, even though we're talking about single female artists, it's the same thing happened to single male artists. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? Matter of fact, it's probably worse. Yeah. On the male side.
Yeah. What is Reggie? I know this is a little bit straying away from the conversation. There is a habit with girls nowadays. If they see a man, you and them have a conversation. What you bringing to the table?
Oh, that's a whole that's a whole other world we're gonna go into.
Then wait.
It's a whole
When
other
you
world.
check them out, they ain't got nothing bringing to the table.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's general population we're going to. We're talking about females that already have something.
Yeah.
So if anybody was gonna bring anything to the table,
It would be
have
she.
to be it would have to be the guy. Cause we're talking about female that's famous.
Yeah.
They have millions. They have
got
cars.
their
They have
houses,
house.
they got their houses,
They're just
they-
looking
yeah,
for.
yeah,
They
yeah.
just want a partner.
They have the table already.
Yeah, they have the table already. So
Yeah.
they want 2 chairs to put around it, but they can't just go pick up any 2 chairs.
Yeah.
How difficult is that? So that really where we're talking about. Why is it that they don't have a significant other? Is it that they have too many exes? Is it that they think they're above certain people? Is that people afraid to approach them? It's just that they
Probably
You
too
know.
probably too bossy too.
I don't think it's
I
the
don't
exes.
really think
Think
so.
so. Probably too
I don't
bossy.
really think so. no.
I don't
really
think it's
so.
the exes.
Yeah.
Because, man, if she ever stuck, looking good and all this, he doesn't see the exes.
Because
Yeah.
what Dexter Dab say, he don't care if 15
7
go there.
mile, yeah. He doesn't see the exes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So
No, I was just speculating because we're trying to figure out, why.
are so
And
many of
most
them
are so many
single.
of them are single.
Single, yeah.
You know what I mean? And
I
you
think
know,
workload, cat.
But what I think,
Workload.
what I hope is a choice. I hope it's a choice why they are,
yeah,
and not because of relations. You understand what I'm saying? And the reason why I'm saying that is I love my female artists, especially my reggae artists them or my dancehall artists them. So I want make sure them a flourish in the relationship side or get the love with them need from the significant others or have the life that too. You understand what I'm saying? So more of them now struggle to find the real life part of it. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why I'm saying I'm hoping it's just a choice. You know what I mean?
yeah, I'm hoping it's just a choice
Because
too.
for real, it can be just a choice too, you know.
Well, cat,
It could be a variety of things. though.
you make a
There
point.
could be a variety of things.
You make a point, and I'm 100% sure that is in the top 5. Too bossy.
Yeah,
That is in the top 5.
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
say it's 1, 2, 3, 4.
yeah, it's too
But
bossy.
trust me, the top 5, that one.
And
Make it.
one thing women should understand from a man perspective, you know what I mean? You have to be feminine. You have to be that's what you have to always be consistent with being feminine around your man. You know what I mean? The minute you start to cross over into his space and try to take over and to try to let him feel less than a man, you're gonna have a major problem
It's
in
the
your
same thing.
relationship.
It's the same thing though. Men have to understand that too.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
get too feminine and cross over in a woman's space.
Yeah.
Just be a man.
Yeah.
Because once you start doing that, you're just a girl.
Yeah.
And most women don't want a girl. They want a man. You understand? With masculinity.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. And confidence. So, you know what I mean? So, the same thing. You know? Because I don't want it to look like so that's a pressure.
Yeah.
Nice females, them. You know what I mean?
Somebody said they disagree with all of us, but
That's all right.
once you just put in the thing what
you
exactly
disagree
you
with.
disagree on,
Yeah, yeah.
because we said a bunch of different
Yeah.
stuff. So
And all three we are saying something different anyway.
yeah, we all saying something different. So I'm curious to know
Yeah.
what part
No,
you
she
disagree
she
with.
can write what she thinks. It's a problem.
Yeah,
I mean, it's no problem disagreeing, but we just
it's
want
not
to know what you
disagree. We just
No,
want
no,
to
no,
know
no.
what you disagree
No,
with.
I'm not talking about the problem with disagree. The problem why they are, those women with money are single.
Yeah, because there's a lot of women here right now. So I would love to hear from one of you guys.
Yeah, it's a variety.
You could call in 848-480-6371.
It's a variety of things.
848-4806. You could call in, voice your opinion. You know what I mean? We are speculating. We are men. You know what I mean? We're not mind readers. We're just going off a statistic, I should say, and things that we're reading, things that we're noticing.
Observation.
Famous.
Observation.
Observation. That's all we're doing.
Anyway, just remember, VBCK podcast, on Sundays 4 to 5 p.m. And while we're waiting for somebody to call to tell us why they disagree with any one of us, what we're saying, there's a new tune out right now that I have to make the world know about, you know what I mean? And it's my girl, Miss Leela Ike, featuring her. Yeah, Leela Ike featuring her. Yeah, what I said? Yeah. Big, bad lovers rock, you know what I mean? And it's called He Loves Us Both.
Okay.
Leela Ike No, I'm not getting any sponsorship or any money to that. I'm just a musical child, and I'm especially when it comes to lovers rock singing. You know what I mean? So I just discovered this song this week right here. It came out. It's called in Lila Ike featuring her, and it's called "He Loves Us Both." Check it out.
So I'm gonna read something to you guys. So first of all, we are not bossy in life. Who could see this better than I can?
See.
The last one.
In life, I am independent and don't need a man, but men see women
That's
and
the
take
problem right
advantage to get into their space. We wasn't about whether a woman need a man or not.
And that, you know, I'm glad the person mentioned the independent part, because I think that's one of the main issues in society right now.
But before you go any further, this wasn't about society.
Yeah, I know that.
This was about female artists.
Yeah.
And we're saying why so many female artists are single. So we aren't talking about the general population. You understand? And most female artists are independent. And that's what we were saying. Is it because you're so independent?
We should have.
Yeah.
I'm glad that.
Is it because you're so
independent? Yes.
Yeah. Is it because you're so independent?
Thank you for bringing that up.
Yeah. So thank you for.
Yeah. Thank you for bringing that up.
Bringing up
because
the independence.
We didn't mention independence.
We didn't mention it, but
did not.
You clarified that part.
She
that being
clarified
too
that, yeah.
independent is one of the problem as a woman.
And listen,
because you feel as if you don't need a man.
And listen, if a woman thinks she's independent enough where she don't
that's
need
fine.
A male in her life,
don't.
that's fine.
That's fine.
Nobody's knocking you for
That's
that.
Fine.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of us.
One thing I know, I'm a man and I'm not independent.
Nope.
Because if I broke down on the highway, I need somebody to come to my assistance, and that's not independence.
That's not independence. Independent means you don't need.
Yeah, I need a POV to come right away. You know what I mean? And not because I can't change a tire, but it's dangerous and I need to move fast.
Okay.
And it's, and I say again, thanks to the person
who wrote that.
They said
that?
the female artists are put down by male artists.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I disagree.
I don't know.
It's some part of it maybe, you know, people get.
I mean, some part of the industry.
Yeah,
but I'm talking
but
about female artists. I'm talking about female artists on top of their game. They're their own boss. They have their own success. So you know what I mean. I'm not really talking about somebody who's coming up and people trying to, you know, suppress them in coming up in the game. You know. So.
Yeah. Okay.
But that's interesting what that person says. But again, we weren't talking about man and woman in general society and independence. We're talking about female artists where so many of them single. Yeah. You understand? And I'm not knocking them if they're single either. We're just saying why.
Why, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So if they choose to be single, fine. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Because they have the right to be single.
Yeah.
Because just like a lot of male artists don't want to be in a relationship, a lot of female artists may not want to be in a relationship because they're in a position where they can date whoever they want to date.
Yeah, and they can get whatever they want.
But the question still remains, why?
Yeah.
Is that a question? You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So it's a bunch of
it can't get no more independent. A woman independence can't get any more than these artists because they're already successful. They don't need anything from a man in terms of
financial.
Yeah. So they're independent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The guy that they date may be dependent on them for something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But that doesn't stop whether you're independent or dependent. That doesn't stop relationship. Relationship has nothing to do with being independent or dependent.
And again, this word independent, like, we keep it in the same sentence. This word independent, like, I hear this a lot. Oh, I'm independent. See, I think people taking the definition of independent sometimes too far. You understand? As far as, let's just stay with the relationship part, right? Because if you think because you could buy anything for yourself and you're independent, you don't need nobody for nothing, right? What exactly do you need then? You don't need nothing. Maybe that's why you...
Yeah, but we're not going to get caught up in that. We're not going to get somebody trapped in this conversation.
Yeah.
The thing is, anybody can be independent because they're frustrated. Anybody can be independent because they're tired. You know what I'm saying? Of being in anything. So now they're independent of it. fine. You know what I mean? Everybody can have their experiences, and tomorrow, one day, you know what? I'm independent of Vbck podcast. Because I can talk I can just go do a YouTube channel for myself. Yeah. For whatever reason. So I'm not going to make anybody chop me in this independence thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Jamaica got independence in 1962. You think we don't still depend on England? We still do.
Yeah.
But you think I don't have independence? Of course.
Yeah, you always need somebody.
Yeah. So
independent means you don't need anybody.
I'm not knocking anybody who want to say they're independent. They must know what they're independent of. And if
yeah.
somebody don't want to say, if a woman say they're independent of man, or a man say they're independent of woman, that's their prerogative. You know what I mean? My thing is, why is so many female artists single? The best person to answer that anyway is female artists.
And that's what they say right here.
You know what?
They say, why don't you guys interview those female artists?
And we're going to do.
We're going to start. We're going to reach out.
As Reggie say, we're going to have, we don't know when, but we're going to do this back. And we're going to invite a couple female artists who is single.
And ask a question.
Live,
yeah.
And, you know, they can...
We're not telling you guys why they are. We are asking.
We're asking the question.
We're just asking the question.
So the answer of you being independent as a woman has nothing to do with the question that we're asking.
Yeah.
But if you're an independent woman out there, if that's what your status is, big up yourself. Lots of blessings. You know what I mean? Because I can't tell somebody you know, what type of status to have. So if you think you're an independent person, big up yourself, you know, bless up yourself.
Yeah.
We support you. But again, Leela Ike featuring her. You know what I mean? You love us both. So yeah, check out that track. VBCK podcast, 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. You know what I'm saying?
Veggie Buns, Josh Prophet, see your cat.
Yes.
Thank you guys for joining another episode. Conversation was really good. I liked it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I want to say thanks to all the ladies who log on and who participate and who didn't participate, as long as you tune in. And don't forget, this and every Sunday, 4 o'clock, 5 p.m.
Eastern Standard Time. And again, big up to all the mothers from last week to this week. We're still shouting out the mothers. You know what I'm saying? So respect to all the mothers.